S&P on a good day moves 1. And we're just hop, skipping, and jumping right on down. Hit the trampoline right back up. Now, I did tell you Sunday the green was going to rival the red. I specifically said the green candle is going to rival the red candle. And man, this one green candle matched the last 3 red. So definitely a rip your face off rally. Shorts definitely covered. They probably, as fast as they could, wanted to get ahead of the tariff pause. So everyone who didn't retaliate now has a 90-day deal. I saw headlines. I don't know if Trump amped up China's or not, but right now that's kind of what we're waiting on. And I do think it's setting the stage for, see, if you guys want to play ball, so do I. If not, I'm doubling down. That's kind of what I feel like Trump is doing right now. And with the amount of time he's giving it and how he's making it look like he's the good guy now, for lack of better words, this very much might be the bottom. I don't know if this particular one is the bottom. Wouldn't surprise me to get up to this zone right here. Technically, today is the first day we finally got the death cross. So if you actually play the death cross, you'd be going short right now. A pullback, sure. It would just be wild. Here's 2 standard deviations at 571. I don't know. I kind of think we rein it back in. Maybe we save it for next week. I don't know. What I'm taking away from this, and in this volatility, there's not much to really just etch in stone. If you saw Dom say earlier, he said, I know you're stressing or tense is the word he used. I'm not. In this volatility, I don't put myself out there to just get wrecked like this. Remember, when things get volatile, I spend a lot less to make the same. Like, I take full advantage of the volatility, but I do that by dialing it back, where other people will they'll spend the same and they probably lose more, but also at the same time they make a lot more if they're right. I'll dial it back. And today was just like humdrum, nothing day. Every time I checked, I was just like, meh, dumb. I went short, I went long, both of which put my stop. I think it was short ES, long NQ. Maybe back. I might have that backwards. Played them both. Got my stop in the green and tagged out. I was like, nah, nothing. Stupid. Got a notification about my. I guess it was right here. My put is out of the money, and you guys say in the chat that I'm stressing. And I'm like, I go from last time I checked it to this to we found the gas pedal. Oh my gosh, we sent this thing. Absolutely sent it. When we got to the expected move, again, that's also why, if you follow the growth count, right, we bought that put back, so we locked in that profit, and then we also locked in the profit on the put that I bought, not we. Just shy of 100% on that one. I don't know. Right now, I'm kind of leaning more towards the rein it back in, but back to what I was saying. My opinion on what we're seeing right here is a W. A George W. Plain as day. Okay, all jokes aside. I see shorts getting the F out. I don't know how much the buy the dip crew was here. As much as shorts are saying, we've held on to this electric fence long enough. We've enjoyed the ride. And just how much more do we want to take it kind of thing. And so that's... If I had to put my money on why do I think this green candle was the way it was, shorts made a killing. Anybody that was short, long volatility, I'm still in the VIX puts, but anybody who was just short probably, has had a good run. Call it. That's how you stay on and give it all back. I mean, imagine staying short and we start making deals. Right now we made deals with all the I don't want to call them minuscule or little countries. They're meaningless compared to China. And we cause that. What if we just get world peace with China? I mean, that's going to look like a Wall Street bets play where you turn your 30,000 or 3,000 into 3 million and then into zero. So right now, maybe some shorts still pile in. Anybody that did buy the dip, maybe they take some profit. Maybe we rein it back in. We have some news. I know that. Hang on, I'm getting used to my monitors. What I never knew I needed until now was 5 monitors. I always had 4. But now I got the ultra wide. I had the top one broken down into 3. So if you see me just kind of looking all over the place, that's why. I still got to I got to get used to it. But man, 5's where it's at. Got 3 up top. Let's go to economic counter. We have CPI tomorrow. We got some excitement tomorrow. CPI, yeah, core inflation. So what we're gonna get is inflation came roaring back. The economy is just effed, and then we're right back down. Can you imagine that? S&P swinging like it's Tesla, and then core PPI. I think we rein it back in. I do. I don't have a dog in this fight right now. I'm short the dollar. Can we just jump ahead to this? What in the world? Man. I sold the 250 calls. Thought I was doing good. Oh, well, it was $25 out of the money. I'll say it now. I'm probably going to roll. I had every intention of letting those shares go. If I can roll it, first of all, if I can roll it up and out and make a good chunk, I will do that. Like to 255, maybe 257, to $2.50 increments. If I can just roll it from 250 to 250 from this week to next week, and make what I've been making, like the 500 to 800 range per contract, I'll do that. But this is a premium play for me. This is not in my investment account. So, right now, the past few weeks, it's been 500 or 800 per contract for 4 weeks in a row. This will be the 5th. Yeah. Yeah, 2 of the 220s. Right? Yeah, and then I sold the 250, got assigned. So this is the 4th contract. So I'll be rolling to the 5th one. So it'll be 5 weeks of money. The option or obligation of Tesla being behind that as collateral. Look at the NASDAQ ripping and roaring. And I really thought, I highlighted these for a reason, guys. I really thought we could probably get trapped into some nonsense like we did back here. Let's see, go back to the daily. I think that's what we had that on. Oh, it was at the S&P where we had that volatility box. Yeah, I don't know, but we crushed through. We played the back and forth for a little bit, and then somebody said, grab the dynamite. Wild. This is the polar opposite to what was happening prior. Prior, if you did anything at these zones, it was type 1s all day, every day, and you could whole account futures. It would turn on a dime. And now we are just, do we even make a pit stop? Okay, so we played the back and forth game a little bit here. Yeah, okay, so I can save some dignity here. Like we're jacking around. We go zone. We're holding up, getting real tired of this. Zone to zone, kind of inch our way through. Don't wake up the kids. Zone to zone, zone to zone, zone to zone. Now we're kind of right above. Insane. VIX is coming down. Make no mistake. Remember, VIX is on or off. Very much on. All we did was pull back as far as the VIX is concerned. I don't know if I'd buy it. Inflation would have to come roaring back so much that it's actually scary to drive the VIX. We can have bad inflation numbers. VIX still come down, so does the market. So don't get too caught up on, is that a EMA play or anything like that. I don't know. But I do think I think we're reining it back in. What did Grandpa Dow do? Man, found the magic sauce, huh? Make himself well known at the center. I think that's what you do when you go to the retirement homes, old folks homes. What am I saying? That's what they're called, right? Old folks centers. I'm probably calling it wrong. Anyway, it's just one big party, and he's medicated and motivated. Grandpa Dow's doing good. If that could pull back and hit this yellow zone to create a bull flag, I think I would go long. Russell do. Man, shout out to anybody that bought that zone twice. Even Russell tried to take some advice from Grandpa Dow. I'm sure Tom Lee is screaming into a microphone right now that it's headed to all-time highs and probably then some by next week. Everything, I think, as of right now, I would say we probably rein it back in. Final answer.